Well, appointment to receive services, but not to gather public information.
Oh no, if that was stated, like Oprah requests and stuff like that, that's
Yeah,
totally
if I want to go and get those job flyers off the desk, I can go into the Department of Labor and get those. I asked you for pamphlets. I would have been left, ma'am.
You asked me for pamphlets after I asked him to leave.
Ma'am.
I already told him that he could leave. He didn't say he needed anything.
I understand.
asked him that first. As soon as he came in here, I asked him if he needed something. He said no. He started recording. I said, well, what are you recording? Do you work here for us?
In the world of uniformed gatekeepers, sometimes the confusion between the duty to protect and the desire to control becomes the boundary for a civil rights confrontation. The focal point of this situation lies not at the building entrance, but with the badge-wearing philosophers attempting to redefine freedom on a public sidewalk. The moment a security officer demands that recording stop simply because of a phone's presence is a clear sign of imposing arbitrary internal rules upon public space. This confrontation exposes a reality where questioning an employee's identity is met with evasive answers like, in quote, "My name is right here," in quote. When transparency is treated as a nuisance and requests for a supervisor are met with unnecessary escalation. Do those hired to protect the public truly understand who they serve, or are they simply trying to hide their identities behind meaningless responses? What happens when a citizen steadfastly demands respect for First Amendment rights right before the eyes of law enforcers?
Reward me. My soul is stolen.
Camera's still sold,
I'm just
supposedly.
kidding, but it looks like you're recording because I wish you would, really. Exercise your First Amendment right.
That's your First Amendment.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No, we don't care if you're recording. We're just asking.
No, we're good with it.
Is that the sergeant right
Right
there?
here. That's the boss right here.
Hey, how you doing? Are you a sergeant?
I am.
I wanted to file a complaint on an officer here.
Which officer?
Batista, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you gone through this process before?
No, my
Okay.
first time.
I have a form I can hand you.
I would need you to write it out because I have trouble writing.
It's an official form. You can go on the website too and download it, or I can give you a phone number that you can just call if you have an issue.
What I'm saying is, can you help me fill out the form today?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm
I have
asking.
a question, too. So what's your name and...
Charles Wasowitz.
All right. And what's your rank?
Wasowitz.
Sergeant.
All right. And I'm Leroy Truth of Leroy Truth Investigations. And I got a
Watch
number
out.
of calls. I got a number. I don't want to block anyone. Sure. I got a number of calls from people because there was a gentleman arrested just maybe 45 minutes ago, and they were very concerned with what happened. So I just wanted to find out what happened and why was he arrested when he was in this building, like I am, like he is.
Yeah,
like
it's
you
an
are.
active investigation, so I can't divulge too much. But from my understanding, it was defiant trespass. We're very civil with you guys and your message and your project here. Public space, fair game, no issues with that. Nobody really has a problem as far as being recorded in public spaces. It's once that threshold of public to more private and secure space, that's when it comes into question.
I think that's where the confusion comes in.
I agree with you, right?
I think
And
your
that's-
officer is arresting people for accessing public areas.
Anything off the ground floor here is not considered public as per the memo put out by the
Why wouldn't it-
Department.
And here's a question. I appreciate your professionalism. Thank you for
I
talking
appreciate
with
it.
us.
Yeah, same.
And that the gentleman who got arrested, no one said that he was not able to access the other floors. And he was in fact talking with one of the women. I just saw the video, someone sent it to me. And he was talking to one of the women who was a talent, like engagement specialist, and she was very cordial.
Okay.
And that's the same office that Super suddenly came into. And he said, oh, you went to this other office. And this gentleman named David Snow, he said, no, I didn't go to this other office. That was the first office. So it seemed like there was some major confusion.
Yeah, again, that would be hashed out in court as far as what exactly was said, what the verbiage was used.
Are you
Defiant
saying
trespass
that
to be
these
met.
public offices are off limits?
Anything beyond the threshold of that door, yes.
Why?
As per
Why's that?
the Department of Treasury.
Why's
Just
that?
because of the business, the nature of the business that goes inside. It's just as defined through the memo. That we
I'm
get
saying
from
that
Department of Treasury.
the public needs to go in there to conduct business.
Appointment only.
Well, appointment to receive services, but not to gather public information.
Oh no, if that was stated, like Oprah requests and stuff like that, that's
Yeah,
totally
if I
different.
want to go and get those job flyers off the desk, I can go into the Department of Labor and get those flyers off the desk. Right. So he went in. From the video, there's a security desk in that office. where you would need to check in to receive services. But if somebody wants to go into that office and just ask questions or get a flyer or get a business card of sorts or a phone number to set up an appointment, they can initially walk in. They can't probably go past that security desk and start walking around. You know, I would assume that before that security desk is the lobby area, and then past that security desk is where you receive services at.
Anything beyond.
Because don't each of these offices have security desk inside the office?
No, some of them have it really just more as a reception area, if you will, but not every office within the building or any really building has a dedicated security desk. A lot of times it's just one in the lobby to control traffic flow.
So if I wanted to file an OPRA for each office, I'll be able to do that, right?
Correct. Yeah, if that's your stated purpose, right? But you'd have to state that as your
Well,
purpose.
we state our business as soon as we enter the building.
As gathering open requests and open
Gathering
Right, I
public,
just told him, by the way, this gentleman, what was his name? He was very professional.
gathering matters of public
he,
interest.
He was very
Josh.
professional, and we stated, you know, we wanted to do some open requests here, and he asked to see my press badge, and he said, okay, and so we can access, you know.
Well, that was another thing too. The other gentleman that was summoned or arrested and summoned, he presented a press credential with either an incorrect name or a fraudulent name. That did
That's the
not
name.
match up.
No, but that's the name. That's his
Company name.
his company name that he uses as a journalist, and so he has a right to do
Like
that.
a pseudonym, if you will.
Yeah, and many journalists do that. You know, I do that myself. You know,
So if you were to fill out official government paperwork, you would put a different name than.
right. Many journalists use a stage name or they use a journalist name for their work. And I know that he never said, if he was asked, is that your legal name, he was never asked.
Yeah, again, I wasn't privy to that conversation between him and the arresting trooper.
And so, yeah, so that never happened. And also, isn't it true that when a person is threatened with trespass, that he is given a chance to leave the premises? Because this trooper did not do that. He just arrested
Again,
him.
I can't speak to that. Yes, by definition, defiant trespass would be you're being told, and then that's the order, that's the lawful
Right.
order. Then defiant would be refusing said lawful order.
So you understand the law. So I have a feeling that if that was you, I don't think this actually would
I
happen.
can't speak on.
I know, but just how you're speaking with us.
I just
you
feel
know
like
the law well.
your trooper is off the hook.
Right.
Completely
He's
unprofessional.
not doing what you're saying, because you're saying, okay, number one, he wasn't defiant trespass because he was gathering content, you know, restoring doing over requests and so forth. But he was not given an opportunity to leave the building, even though he should have never been threatened with trespass. But even if he was, he would have left the building. I know that, but I know him personally. So this is a mess, and he was now banned from this building, I guess, for 24 hours today. We would have loved for him to come in today. Not with us.
Is Officer or Trooper Batista, is he trained on de-escalation?
That's a very good question.
Because that first incident when he arrested me almost 2 years ago, when I asked him to de-escalate, he said, no, I don't have to de-escalate on camera.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with what was stated during that case.
And also, he literally
But-
went to trial today on that arrest of Batista.
Right.
The same thing that happened today was dismissed. He just
That's what.
he was
for
here
today?
2 hours ago.
Well, I went to trial
Today.
and it got dismissed
Today?
Yeah, 2 hours ago. For the same thing that this other gentleman just got arrested for today.
for arresting
Did
me in a public
request
area.
Trooper Basista's presence for that?
I mean, you guys are aware of the trial because one of your state security guards asked me earlier. He's like, "Don't you have court today?" And I said, "Are you
Again,
trying to
we'll
find out who I
verify that
am?"
because-
One of your white shirts, husky gentleman, tall Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris asked me, he's like, "Do you have court today?" And I was like, "Are you trying to find out who I am?" He said, "No, I know exactly
we know
who
who
you
you
are."
are. Right.
Yeah, and he said, "No, I just didn't want you to miss court."
Right.
That's what Chris,
Yeah,
the
that was
security.
Whoopsie.
9 a.m. this morning. Security guard, civilian. Right.
He's considered a peace officer, right? Is he a peace officer? He just, but he said he's security through the state.
Right. He's employed by the state of New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
he's
I thought he was
civilian
like a state. Because you know how parks have parks police and then they have park security.
Yeah. No,
I
there's
thought he
no,
was
I guess,
state security.
State security police.
Okay.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. National police.
Because
state
there's park police and then
something
there's park security. So I just figured he might have been state
Yeah.
security. But
No,
he said, I mean, I'm sure you guys are well aware of who I am. And he was just like, "No, I just didn't want you to
I
miss
just know
court."
because Trooper Basista was in Zoom, the waiting room. I wasn't aware
Oh,
that
no,
that
it's trial.
was
All
on.
trials are in person. Yeah. I'm surprised that I'm not seeing
Out
that.
of curiosity, do you have any paperwork with that? Like if we ran that through NJ
If it's
Court?
if it's an
Really, because I'm just curious as to how that played out myself. Because oftentimes there is a misunderstanding between public and private space, even within public agencies that are.
Well, there's public access. You know what I mean? And
Well, not really, which you wouldn't want it to be. Anyway.
what do you mean? Not really. What do you
Like
mean?
a complete criminal history isn't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the building.
Oh no, I'm going back to see if you had any paperwork from.
Oh, I mean,
trial.
it's public documents. I'm sure you can request it, but I'm sure you
Right,
guys
yeah,
have
but
access
that's
to
what I
it.
mean. If I can go down there and do
To
an
get it
open request
expunged?
and-
You want to get an expunged
No, I'm
record?
just curious to see like how it went.
Oh, court records.
Your
Transcript.
the trial that you had this morning. I was.
You want the
wondering how
transcript?
that- No, just your opinion of like what
Oh,
did they say? Did they
I
say that it
mean-
was public space? Was something not done that was supposed to be done?
Well, they didn't. They
Was
just
it an administrative dismissal?
the state put in a motion to dismiss. They recommended that it be dismissed.
State.
Yeah, the ADA, the prosecutor.
No, that would be municipal. Then,
Yeah,
right.
And it was in municipal
Oh,
court.
yeah, I'm
the
curious.
prosecutor told the judge that he wanted to dismiss it.
Okay.
It lasted maybe 5 minutes. I went in. The prosecutor was like, this has been going on for a long time. The trooper,
what was the
he's like, the
initial-
trooper's not here. We're not prepared, so we're just gonna dismiss it. So
So now,
I would have loved to see what the judge said about
Yeah, I mean,
about her
just to
ruling,
see-
but
right. Because you have to, I mean, the basis for these videos that you guys do, which is extremely important in my mind, to make
Documentaries?
sure, yeah, is to make sure in auditing, make sure that the people who are working here are as educated as possible.
right.
The question becomes, the gray area becomes, again, private secured space within a public facility, whether it's publicly leased, publicly owned. So that's why I was kind of hoping that the court in this case would be able to provide a little bit more clarity
Right,
on this.
right.
That's why
I mean,
was
it's
kind
been
of
ruled on.
asking
It's
about-
been ruled on multiple times, in lower courts, higher courts about public
See,
access.
if you can share that with me, that would be amazing.
You'd have to just look up
Because you can't tell me.
case.
How you doing?
You just have to look up case law. So yeah, if I can file that complaint.
Yeah, we going. Leroy coming up with us? Oh wait, you
he's-
want to do?
He can come. Yeah,
Yeah.
good to go.
I want to go.
This is the tire right here. Yeah, I got you.
Can we slide that? I'm sorry, just
Yeah.
kind of the way there.
This is the tire right here. Doesn't understand the law. He doesn't de-escalate. Doesn't have community policing, situational awareness. Nothing.
you sure you want me to go upstairs? You good?
You should go sit in a corner somewhere. You should have went to court this morning. That's where you should have went.
A copy of the circular from Treasury that kind of
No.
lists. Okay, we'll get you.
You talking about on my arrest over a
No,
year and a half
no,
ago?
just in general, like what we're using or what's utilized to kind of, that's what the agencies push to Treasury, and that's what Treasury is requesting us to enforce. That kind of explains like what we're doing here.
What places are
Yeah.
publicly accessible?
Right. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
sort of thing.
if I think, with time, place, and manner, I think if you're peacefully conducting business in public areas and you're not forcing your way past a sign, because
Right, how do you force your way back?
because limited areas have to be in public. There has to be notices like beyond this point restricted. You know what I mean? So that way the public can know.
Now, how do
The
you
public is
know?
not going to come in and just automatically know. Okay, past the first floor is
But
restricted.
maybe it's an arbitrary sign.
Well, especially if the elevator takes you there, that's considered public
No, not
access.
necessarily.
Why?
Because
If
it opens up into a private, agency space, and that's,
private agency,
yeah. Like down here, it's different.
I don't think there's no
doors here,
private
there's doors
agencies.
there. But yeah, you open the elevators up, and there's just office spaces. to
public
the left, right?
entities of a public, those are all public offices.
Right, but there's no public access to some of those offices because they might not handle open requests there. They could
What I'm
just-
saying is, how would the public know if the elevator takes us? If the elevator takes us there,
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. If the elevator takes us to that floor and
That's
we're
where the
granted
direction from the
access,
security or the reception would come in handy.
well,
Right, it's not a perfect system. I'm not saying that.
Let's make a lot of assumptions though. because-
we got to take it in black and white. In public buildings, there has to be signs that give notice to the public, like, listen, or key card. Maybe you in the future you might guys put like a key card on the
And
elevator
I
to where the public
100%
can't access
I
it.
100% agree with you, but
Right.
that costs money. And then where do you think that cost is going to get passed on to the taxpayer?
So you're gonna arrest people for accessing places that they have access to,
Only
and
once
without
upon being
signage.
informed that this is not a publicly accessible area.
I mean, if you're conducting legal and lawful business, how's the public going to know that I'm not allowed to conduct business in this public entity?
I was telling Mr. Miranda earlier, this is a circular Department of Treasury handed out that we're kind of utilizing, and if you want to read through it,
Utilizing
this is
and
yours to
violating
keep.
rights? Batista, that's how he looks at it. Oh, this is what I can utilize to violate rights. I don't think
No,
he
because
understands
we were
what that's
looking for
saying.
guidance on this too. This isn't a good time for anyone involved. You know what I mean? Like, I get
It looks like he's having a great time handing out
No,
lawsuits.
I can assure you,
He's
not.
he's literally handing out lawsuits back to back to back.
Can I ask him?
He doesn't have
something
no
now? Is that possible?
he doesn't have no
About what happened?
situational awareness. He doesn't.
No,
He's
yeah,
he's
about
98. He's sitting in the corner somewhere.
I know
he
he's
got
in the
pop
building.
out.
yeah.
And would
No,
you-
I mean, there is.
Well, would we be able to talk to him because
No.
let's hear his side of the story, like why he did what he did. That would be
No, that's
He's not going to
that
give
would be
comment.
transparent.
right. He's not obligated to do
No,
so.
we're not obligated, but it would be the right thing to do. I'm just talking about,
I mean, that's-
the morally right thing to do versus, is he legally obligated? He's not. But, I mean, this is a huge concern. This gentleman just came into the building.
He doesn't have no de-escalation at all. He has no situational awareness. He has no community policing, nothing. He thinks he's in a fucking movie or something where he has to be the top cadet. Like, bro, you have to
Just
be.
watch the language.
Excuse my language. You have to have some humanity in you, especially if this is a victimless crime. It's a victimless crime. It's like he acts like he's dealing with.
I mean, is it victimless? I don't know. Like, this is something.
Who's
that's
the
Treasury,
victim?
Department
The
of
state?
Agencies have been spinning around since the
Right, but
beginning of time.
who is the victim in this? Because this
the
gentleman
state?
literally doing
I'm
exactly
assuming.
what we're doing right here. You know, like what you and I are doing, talking with you.
Right, I
is
can't
exactly-
speak to that.
I'm doing the same thing I did the first time when he arrested me. I'm doing the same exact thing.
But one thing I want to underline, use the F word, and that is First Amendment protection, so watch the language. And
I
that's
try
his
not.
choice.
I'm not harming nobody that's around, but it's a limited public forum, so
Right, but again,
I have to be careful.
Right, your right to free speech has limits in public.
You
You
can
can't cause
say the F
harm.
word. I mean, I'm not saying who a person should or should not, but it is a.
But I really don't want to get into that aspect of it. Just there's women, there's children, there's men.
It's because of we're inside an office building. If we're on the sidewalk, I can.
No, but I still want to underline, that is a First
Yeah.
Amendment protected right.
It is. It is.
Watch the language, and that makes you a suggestion. And again, he's being very elegant, and there are no children,
trying.
for example, right now, but I just wanted to underline, he does have the First Amendment right, even if there were children or women around.
But it's not necessarily about the delivery or the intent. It's about the reception. If somebody feels threatened by the language, then we have to act on that.
No, you know that, because you're not the feelings police. If someone, now no one is gonna feel threatened by him saying the F word, they may be offended by it, but then you would need to protect
But
his
who are we
rights.
to discount somebody else's feeling threatened? My threshold and your threshold due to our line of work probably considerably higher.
I feel threatened by Officer
Oh, no,
Batista.
this is a very important conversation we're having because, again, you, any other state troopers or any police are never the emotional feelings police. And if someone is uncomfortable with someone's language, that's their problem.
It's kind of like the same thing if I was to start praying here, or if I say Allahu Akbar and somebody felt uncomfortable because I said a prayer. You're gonna arrest me because I'm praying.
Circumstances and situations.
But they're covered under the First Amendment. They're covered under
The act
the.
is covered, but within reason.
Yeah.
I don't want to get.
Right, but one last thing is that it's like his constitutional rights, his First Amendment rights don't end when someone's feelings begin, for example. So I would hope that if someone was offended, if they heard him say the F word just now, that you would say to the person, oh, please arrest him. Like, ma'am?
No, obviously not. But the totality of the circumstances, if he went to a profanity laced tirade, that would be different.
That kind of like borders into disorderly conduct. If I'm making a
Again,
scene
it's all
and I'm disrupting.
interpretation. Like if you're at a bar at 2 a.m. and you're yelling at a sporting event, that's one thing. But if you're sitting at church and dropping the F-bomb left and right, that may be situational too. And I don't mean to limit anyone's rights in any respect.
Those are all private property
Yeah,
too.
church is private.
Yeah.
And just using the exact example here, he only said the F word once, because he's a very candid, earthy person.
I try to be.
And so he says the F word, that I was disappointed that you weren't. And that's where this conversation ended. He said it, and you know the context of it. He's not saying, I'm gonna ... you, and then you know. So it was said as part of his expression.
I didn't even notice I said it, so thank you. I appreciate that. Is there no way that you can? I'm sorry. Is there no way that you can override that arrest that your trooper just did?
No.
No.
No, the best bet would be to, you know, unfortunately, as inconvenient as it is, let it play out in court, let all the details of the, you know, the arrest come to light and be shared amongst all parties.
I'm surprised he didn't ask for you on scene.
I mean, we're all
I'm surprised he just.
individual troopers, so I can't.
But
Again, I can't.
you can override his decisions.
No, it's
No.
not my place to. Unless
But you know what?
But aren't you his supervisor, his superior?
yeah, well, supervisor.
But you know what should have
Yeah.
happened? But David wasn't given a chance. David Snow, he would have asked for a supervisor, but he was not given that opportunity because the arrest and the escalation happened so fast. The ceaseless. It was. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's up to.
This is our friend.
Let me see. David.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using your phone too. Can you temporarily stop recording? You gotta call David. I want to put him on speakerphone.
Okay.
Find out who that was.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if you can talk to him.
You can do a public records request.
I want you to learn the names of everyone because you're guarding them. So I would
Well,
think
my job is here, and when visitors come in, I just I notify them that they have a client here, and that's it.
And what's your name and that number?
Right here. My name is right here.
You're not right here. Don't use right here. That's not your name. You mean? Can you say it for me? I can't.
Yeah, it's Ziad Tadros.
All right.
Ziad
All right. Thank you
Tadro.
for that. And was this the room that gentleman was arrested earlier today? Was it here? There was a gentleman talking.
The legal essence of this situation demonstrates the necessity of monitoring power at every level from security staff to police officers. The employees here erred by assuming they had the authority to demand a citizen stop recording while lawfully attempting to access a public building. The right to know the identity of public servants is a fundamental authority to ensure accountability, and it cannot be replaced by vague pointing gestures. The line between a safe environment and an over-controlled zone was blurred when escalation happened so fast that the citizen was denied the opportunity to request management intervention. The lesson for every citizen is to always learn the names of those guarding government agencies, remain calm in the face of provocation, and understand that your silence or your camera is never a crime. When your rights are infringed upon by the ignorance of gatekeepers, that is exactly when you must speak up most loudly to protect liberty. Inside a public transit station, where service and transparency should be the top priorities, a simple request for information suddenly becomes the fuse for an attitude crisis. The focal point of the situation lies not in the buses or routes, but in the complete loss of control by a public employee when faced with a camera. The moment a request for informational pamphlets is met with shouting and hostility is a clear sign of a severe lack of communication skills and professional ethics. This confrontation exposes a reality where government employees treat a public workplace as private domain and use personal discomfort to drive away citizens exercising lawful oversight. When an independent journalistic investigation is treated as an infringement and the exercise of First Amendment rights is met with irrational anger. Can a public service agency function properly when its staff cannot distinguish the boundary between a private business and an office owned by the people? What happens when education on civil rights is delivered amidst nonstop screaming?
Hey. No, thank you. I'm making a video.
Of me?
No, just the area.
You work for us or something?
I'm sorry.
You work for us or something?
Who's us?
CT Transit, the bus station. You work for us?
No.
Okay. So can you not like take videos right here?
I need to.
You need to for what?
I'm working on something. I'm working on an investigation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can your investigation be done now? I'm not comfortable with you just coming in here and recording.
I mean, you don't have to sit here, man. I'm not forcing you. You hear the phone ringing somewhere else? She's calling security next door.
Hi, can you come next door, please? I have somebody in here who don't leave and just trying to record. I don't know what this man is. At the sales outlet, right next door. Yeah, thank you.
Can I have one of each of those?
No, I'm not about to say.
You're gonna deny me public services?
Because first of all, you're recording me. You
Okay.
have my permission to
Can I have
record me.
one of each of those, please?
And I asked you to leave already, and you're still recording.
Can I have one of each of those,
I said
please?
no, you heard me the first
You
time.
can't tell me no,
I
man.
just told you no twice.
You can't. What's your
I
name?
did. I absolutely did.
What's your
You're
name?
Still recording me.
Okay. You work for the public. I could record you all day.
I asked you not to.
Okay. You don't have. I'm not forcing you to be on camera, ma'am. I'm asking you for services. No, you can remove yourself. You can create
I work
privacy.
here. I don't have to remove yourself. You need to
Okay.
remove yourself.
No, I don't. I'm the public. You work for me. I don't work for
I don't have to
you.
be here. I work here.
I don't work for you.
here.
You work for me.
I don't work for you.
You work for the public.
You sign my paychecks.
You take
You
our
don't
money.
have a job.
You take our money.
You literally don't look like you work.
You take the public's money.
You literally look like you do not have a job.
You take the public's money to yell at us? You mad because I'm not forcing you to be on camera? Look, there's a camera right there.
Yes, because I have to have this.
Okay,
because
you don't have my
that has nothing to do
permission.
with you. That's none of your
Okay.
business. You don't work for the company.
I'm in public though, right?
I don't care who you are. I asked you to leave.
I'm in public though, right? That means you can record me all day, right? Well, okay. And I asked you for that. You gonna see it? It's going worldwide. It's going to your supervisor too.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
All right, you're supposed to be professional at work.
Stop talking to me.
You started talking to me, ma'am. I was standing here
You're in
quietly.
my place of business. You at my job.
It's a public facility,
Okay,
ma'am.
you can still leave. The same way you can come in, the same way you can get the fuck out.
I'm asking you for help.
I asked you if you needed help. You said no. You started.
I said not at the moment.
You didn't say not to me.
And now I'm asking for help.
Okay, that's not my problem. Can
Okay.
someone please come over here? Why is nobody over here yet?
She's losing her mind over a camera. When you know how many cameras you was on when you left your house?
Get the fuck out.
Okay, no, I'm okay.
I don't know who this is. He keeps recording me. He won't
Sir,
leave.
she wants you to leave. You got
That's fine. I'm asking her for public services. She can't deny me public services. I said, can I have one of each of those
I
things?
told him to leave.
Can you let her know that I can record in here all day long?
Get out.
Can you let her know? Because that's the issue, me recording. Can you let her know that she works for the public and I can record her all day long? As long as I'm not obstructing business, I'm not being disorderly, I'm asking for help. Can you get somebody that can help me?
call the police.
Okay, can you get some police?
They're going to educate you about the First Amendment. You work for the public, ma'am. That means you're under public scrutiny at all times while you're at work.
And you're doing this for what? What is your
I wasn't even recording you. I wasn't even recording you on how our public employees treat the public. And obviously, look how you're yelling at me on camera. I didn't antagonize you at all, ma'am. I stood to the side. I'm standing to the side. I didn't even have you on camera. I'm recording the sign. Okay, and I recorded these pamphlets. I wasn't. You think you're the main character, but you're not. You're not the main character. I wasn't recording you at all. No, you made yourself. You made yourself the main. You're a job where you take all of our money to yell at us.
You take to yell at you?
Yeah, you've been yelling this whole time, ma'am. I'm just asking for the information. That's it. I would have left already. Now I'm waiting for help. I'm waiting for somebody to help me. Somebody more professional.
Because you're insane. This is what you came to do today.
I was staying here quietly. Ma'am, I was standing here quiet. I was standing here quietly, ma'am.
That doesn't matter just because you're standing here quietly.
That means I'm not bothering you. I'm not bothering you.
You are bothering me.
You can't just ask me to
You're
leave.
absolutely bothering me.
I don't know what to tell you then. I don't know what to tell you then. I try to be peaceful. I asked you for help. Yeah, I was.
You would have got the fuck out.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Get out.
We'll send this.
Crazy.
All public employees will be held accountable.
You can get your public ass out. Do you need a job application?
Yeah.
You need
So I can yell at
Look it up online on your
the.
phone.
So I can yell and curse at the public too,
Yep, you can do that. Yep.
and take everybody's money.
That's right. Yep, you can get out. Well, because you seem like you need somebody to keep talking about money.
If I could leave, I could stay.
You probably need some money.
Look, the police is here.
Get some
Yeah.
money. You can look up the schedules online. You don't whole
You still have a job to do, man.
Yep, and you stopped me from doing it. Right, get him out of here. This is insane. Cause stop fucking recording me. Fucking dumb.
Can you educate this lady that she has to provide me public services, and she can't deny me public services?
He's allowed to record.
Can you tell her that? Oh, he's allowed to record. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, ma'am, he's allowed to do his thing and record, okay?
He's in here recording me.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no law against that, ma'am, so he's allowed to do his
So you can
thing.
just stand here all day harassing for my whole shit?
Harassment.
He can stand here and do his business, yes, ma'am.
Can you tell her why?
But recording me, I don't even know him.
It's his First Amendment right now.
And she works for the government, right?
She works
She works for the city,
Transit, yeah.
which is local government, city level.
Yeah.
I wasn't even recording her, and then I'm asking her for help. She's losing her fucking
He
mind.
was recording me. He said,
Yet you sit under a camera all day long.
Stop recording me. He
Okay,
doesn't need me.
I asked you not to, and I asked you for
Yeah,
public
so-
services. So
I understand, but so the way this kind of works is like you're
Making it his business to sit here and try to say, he's recording because he's saying something about I'm taking people's money.
well,
and he,
listen.
like,
He can say whatever he wants. He can record you. You're in public, like so. It's his First Amendment right.
Right.
Eventually, I'll go.
not only am I in public, she works for the public.
Is it like he's going to keep doing it?
I asked you for pamphlets. I would have been left, ma'am.
You asked me for pamphlets after I asked him to leave.
Ma'am.
I already told him that he could leave. He didn't say he needed anything.
I
asked him
understand.
that first. As soon as he came in here, I asked him if
Listen.
he needed something. He said no. He started recording. I said, well, what are you recording? Do you work here for us? He said no. So I'm like, so what are you recording for?
Yeah,
He said an
no.
investigation. Can I finish speaking?
Listen,
Then
he's allowed to
He
record.
comes over here and now he's facing me. And then he starts. I'm like, can you
Yes.
not record me? He's like, no, I'm just gonna record.
Yeah, and he
He's
can.
allowed to.
Like that's strange. I don't need some weird.
I understand that you think that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
He's allowed to do what
So
he's
can
doing.
y'all stay here until he leaves?
Yeah, I'll hang out here, but he's not doing anything wrong.
You know what's crazy is that she's exercising her First Amendment freedom of speech right. She can say whatever she wants to say, but nobody can record in public while she's sitting under a camera. I asked for the pamphlets. I would have been left.
I'm not stopping you.
I would have been left. I asked for public information.
Left the first time. You
No, I have a right to. I have a right to be here, just like everybody else.
Okay? Just let him record. He's allowed to record.
Are you trying to?
That's all.
I'm trying to get each pamphlet.
Yeah.
I want my. I
Can you
want.
give him the pamphlets, man? Yeah.
Yeah, I want my public servants to do their job.
Do you have the pamphlet?
They're right there. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The ones online are better.
Alright, if they're online, then okay, that's fine.
Listen, this is my first time being here. That's part of my experience. I would like one of each, please.
Okay, no, please. Just don't entertain.
Can I get one of each, please?
I can't get back there.
All right. Can I get the phone number so I can file a complaint?
To here?
Yeah, because I have a right to redress my government.
You probably find that online.
Is there a supervisor available that I can speak to?
For who? Us or them?
For them.
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
work
you
for them.
guys have been professionals, so.
Listen, like I said,
appreciate
you
it.
can stand here, you can record.
Listen, I wasn't even recording her
It's fine. You can.
until I asked for help. Well, I'm happy she got educated on the First Amendment, so it is what it is. Hopefully, you don't curse nobody out next time, and hopefully you don't curse nobody out next time. All right, well, you not working for the public.
If you call me and you want my help, stop arguing.
She's not open-minded to her education.
Why are you trying to stop me? I'm here working.
She has freedom of speech, but
Okay, he's not doing anything wrong. You don't like it, that's one thing. But he's not doing anything wrong.
So it's okay for someone to just come in.
Come in here and record you? Yes, it is.
That's stopping me from doing my job and being comfortable. I'm not comfortable with him being in here.
I understand.
she could have removed herself 5 minutes
I'm
ago.
here. She does work here.
Yeah, but she could. I said you don't have. I'm not forcing nobody to be on camera. She could have stepped away. I would have been on my way because you're the one uncomfortable.
Can you just provide us with the pamphlets and we'll give them to him, because since he wants the pamphlets?
That's the reason he's here.
That's the reason he's here, he wants his pamphlets.
I know that. He's here to get
Conduct business.
That's
Even if
fine.
I give him a pamphlet,
He might
because these are
not.
outdated, so it's pointless. The ones that are updated are online.
Okay. Like I said, just move on. That's okay. We're here now.
I told her what my investigation was.
I understand. Can you just provide him with the pamphlets?
what's your
It'll make
investigation?
a lot
My
of-
investigation is see how public employees treat the public
Give us the pamphlets, we give
and how they do their job,
Okay.
taking the taxpayers' money. That's
Make things a
crazy.
lot easier.
Have you taken CT? I've never taken.
No, I'm just visiting. I'm from New York,
You don't want the
so
pamphlets?
I really don't.
No, okay. I mean, look, he's gonna, you can stay here.
it's all right. We'll just file complaints, and when her supervisor sees this video, we'll see if she still works for the public.
That's up to you, Richard.
Yeah.
All right. God bless you, man. Hope you feel better.
Take care, sir.
Take care. Can I just get your names and badge numbers just for the
Yeah,
record?
sure. Tony 8948.
For Tony?
Cologne 3121. And
Cologne.
Tony 2111. Yes.
Y'all brothers?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Hey, y'all got stationed at the same spot?
Yeah, man.
Wow. You're younger.
No, I'm older.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, you do got the baby face. It's the haircut I got.
There you go.
Take care. Y'all not twins, right?
No,
How far apart are you?
he's a couple years old, maybe 3 years old.
Yeah, he used to give you nuggies?
Yeah, when we were children.
He's big now. He's big now.
More nuggets.
I got another job to go to.
God bless you, man. Stay safe. Listen, I appreciate good officers. You know what I mean?
No, we get it.
You can't fit a new idea on a closed mind, no matter how hard you try, you know? Yeah, but you know what it is? I'm peaceful. She said, are you recording? I said, yeah, I'm conducting an investigation. I wasn't even recording her until I decided to ask for the pamphlets, and then she lost her fucking mind. Regardless, you know, like even after the education, if you feel uncomfortable, she could have went into that little office right there.
Yeah, well, you know it is her job to sit there and.
Yeah, but it's not her job to curse me out and yell at me.
I
That's crazy. Like,
Okay, we get it. I wasn't there
But,
for any of that.
you know-
Listen, when I show up, whoever.
What can you do?
We have to determine what's going on, and then we have to make our decision.
it's about, you know,
You
it's about all of
obviously
our, it's about our government being educated on our rights and doing the job the right way. You know what I mean? That's not the right way to do the job.
You have every right to report. You know, obviously, if you go into a private business and they ask you to leave and
Yeah,
they don't want to
that's-
serve you,
yeah, that's different.
then-
That's
then
private.
They reserve the right to tell you
Yeah,
not to.
definitely.
I understand this is a public place, it's a public office.
As long
You
as
know
I'm
within your rights
peaceful,
to do.
I'm not being disorderly, I'm not breaking the law,
And
you know.
So,
But hopefully she gets, we'll see. You know, you educate her and she's still just, my feelings. But I hope she has a better day, you know. God bless you, fella. Stay safe, all right? All right.
The legal essence of this situation is a valuable lesson on the difference between public space and private property in law enforcement. The staff at CT Transit erred by assuming they had the authority to demand a citizen stop recording or leave when that individual was acting peacefully and not causing a disturbance. The right to access public information and record interactions with government employees is an inseparable part of a free society to ensure all public servants perform their duties correctly. The line between a stressful workday and the abuse of power was crossed when rudeness was used as a weapon to prevent oversight. The lesson for every citizen is to always remain calm, even when the other party loses control. Understand that your presence in public offices is entirely lawful, and never let shouting shake your right to demand transparency. When government employees are re-educated on the rights of the people, that is exactly when the quality of public service truly improves.